Lucy Lambert and the Violet Drift had been the premier Django Reinhardt repertory jazz band, and Lucy Lambert has returned with a brand new set of repertory for Christmas 2024 and this year, 2025. She has been traveling in the United States of America with her tour, taking her to Louisiana and New Orleans. With us today is Lucy Lambert. Hi, Lucy, and welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
First, please introduce yourself and tell us how you came to be a musician.
Hi, well, my name is Lucy. I am a jazz accordionist, violinist, singer, and piano player. And I'm also the producer of my jazz band, which is called Lucy Lambert's Violet Drift. I actually started performing as a musician, as a street performer, and then I moved to Montreal after traveling all over Europe and around Canada and America doing street performances to support myself. In my early 20s, I moved to Montreal to go to art school and then started working my way up in the jazz scene there and started playing in my first bands, some of which were really fun, like an all-female swing band. And then we had another ragtime band, which was really sweet, called Clinker, that had a sousaphone and a banjo and guitar and myself on accordion. And then I started traveling down to New Orleans in the winters and was really influenced by the swing music and the repertoire of trad jazz down here. And then decided to do my first big recording project and lead my own band called Violet Drift in the winter of, I think it was 2022, after I finished art school. And so I've basically been promoting that first album, and we did a lot of shows in Montreal that year. Then I went back to Vancouver, started getting really involved in the fashion industry there. And then also last summer was recording this new project with a really amazing group of musicians in Vancouver. So that's what we're releasing now. And I'm really excited to share it with all of my fans.
Well, you sound like you've really been a babe about town. You've been going everywhere. Do you want to make a shout out to any of your old bands or to the fashion industry or to anyone special who's been influencing you lately?
Well, I was really excited that I got to go to New York Fashion Week this last year because I've always wanted to go to New York in order to explore the jazz scene. Because the more I get into jazz, I'm getting really into modern jazz recently. I really love bebop, and I'm kind of transitioning from being an accordionist to being more of a jazz piano player recently. So I was really excited to get to check out the jazz scene in New York. And so it was very exciting that my modeling kind of brought me there initially because I was booked to do Fashion Week last year. I actually might be doing it again in this coming month because I just found out that my friend, who's this really amazing designer, is going to be showing there. So I might actually be hopping back up to New York to do Fashion Week in February, in which case I'll also probably be doing some performances musically around New York City as well. And that's also really exciting. I always feel like the two things kind of go together with modeling and music because, obviously as a performer, you always need like promotional pictures and headshots. And, I'm a visual artist also. So I always love working with different photographers and just getting that kind of the visual arts aspect to all of my music promotion is always something that I really enjoy. So I've definitely been having a great time being kind of involved in both the music and fashion industries in the last couple years.
Why did you decide to perform repertory jazz and where have you come in jazz today?
Something that I really love about jazz is that there is a shared repertoire that so many musicians can play together. And I think that the collaborative aspect is something that I really love about it. I mean, it can be challenging because it can be such a demanding profession. And I think that there's an expectation that to play professionally, you really need to know hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of tunes off by heart and know them in every key. And I think that it's a very intellectually demanding thing. And I think that's part of why I find it interesting because I do painting as well and I do art as well. But I always find those things are more things that you do alone to express yourself, and it's a lot less collaborative. As a jazz musician, you have this big shared repertoire of music that you've learned, but that other people have learned as well. And then it becomes like this language that you can play with other people and connect with people all over the world doing that, which I really love. And I also find like there's so much room for creative interpretation when it comes to doing jazz standards. Because I mean, like, you might hear to the same song, say it was written by Django Reinhardt or written by Duke Ellington or George Shearing, who are some of the composers on this new album. And you might find, oh, like I've heard this tune before, but sometimes you really get a sense of an artist's unique sound when they're able to take a song that we've heard before and really kind of make something new and make it sound really unique, which I feel like is something that we really do with my band because it's very rare to hear a lot of these trad jazz tunes played on accordion. I feel like the style of each album we do is like always slightly different, has a very unique tone that's quite cohesive with the instruments that are playing and everyone in it. So I do feel like sometimes the sound can come out being even more original when you're playing covers or renditions of songs if you do have a unique sound as an artist.
What's the name of this newest album? And what can we expect to hear on the album?
Yeah, I think that there's the whole album I feel is very original because we're doing a lot of jazz tunes, playing them on accordion and have a really unique instrumentation. On this album, we did In a Sentimental Mood and Caravan and then some songs of Django Reinhardt as well. I'd say that the whole album is very original. Yeah, I think that it has a really unique sound and that the players that we got to work with in Vancouver were like some of the best players in the city, if not in Canada. So I'm definitely really excited about how it came out.
Well, I wanted you here as a jazz repertory artist because you're simply the best, and I know that you are. It's wonderful to hear what you play. I was wondering what the name of the new album is.
Thank you so much. The new album, the name is Lost Caravan, and that is inspired partially by the song Caravan that is on the second track on the album, which we'll be playing on the show today. And also, it's inspired by a poem of Hafiz, who is a Sufi poet that I really love, and something that I was actually thinking about while we were recording the album because I feel that as a musician, it's a very transient lifestyle. I did my first album in Montreal, then I did my second one in Vancouver, then I've been in New Orleans for a while, in New York for a while, probably be doing my next one in New York. And it hasn't all been released yet, but we've released two live videos and two singles from it. And you can find the single up on Spotify, Caravan, and In a Sentimental Mood is up on Bandcamp. They're both on Bandcamp. The album's called Lost Caravan because it's actually inspired by a Sufi poem by the poet Hafiz, who is an amazing poet. My aunt gave me one of his books when I was about 17, and it just really stuck with me. It's very spiritual. It's very based in meditation, which is an important aspect of how I relate to music and art. And the poem, I think it's called Someone Untied Your Camel, and it's just about a camel kind of wandering in the desert and this kind of quest for spirituality, looking up in the stars in the desert, kind of similar to the theme of around the song Caravan. And I guess that's just something that I really relate to personally because I feel like music is kind of like this thing that you find in times of hardship or in times where you feel lost or in the midst of a transient lifestyle. I feel it's one constant thing and one stable thing in my life and one thing that I always kind of go back to and feel connected with that kind of is like a guiding light for me, I suppose. And so I feel like even amidst having a very transient lifestyle, which I do enjoy and I wouldn't want my life to be any other way, I do feel like that idea of the lost caravan and that your camel is wandering out in the night and you need to go and find it and be kind of on more of a spiritual quest is an important part of how I relate to doing music.
Why are you traveling in the United States of America? And how did you end up in New Orleans?
Well, as I said before, I was booked to do Fashion Week last February, so about a year ago. And then I went to New York and it was really exciting. I got to be put on a big billboard in Times Square, which was next level, like crazy experience. And that was promoting my new album as well. And I've shared some reels of that with my fans, which is exciting with clips of my new album. Then I got to meet some really amazing jazz players in Smalls Jazz Club and in the Blue Note and in Bill's Place. I got to perform in the place where Billie Holiday was first discovered. There's just so many amazing, iconic things going on in New York City. And especially as a jazz musician, it's kind of like a mecca, a place that we all dream to go and be influenced by the culture there because it's definitely the descendants of the people who actually invented and pioneered the styles of music that we play are still there playing in the jazz clubs. And so you definitely get a different perspective on jazz and on music. And I mean, because I'm a self-taught musician, I didn't go to music school like a lot of my bandmates did. And I think that I love to play with them because they're so talented and they've done so much work to become like really stellar players. But I just have my perspective as a self-taught musician where I really believe in like the life experiences kind of teaching me, and the people I meet are my greatest teachers a lot of the time. So definitely getting to actually go to places like New York and New Orleans and actually meet the people who have invented this style of music or had grandparents who did and actually spend time with them gives me definitely an interesting perspective and keeps me very passionate and excited about playing music, which is nice.
May we listen to some of your music?
Yes, I'd love if we did.
This is Caravan on the New Spins Library.
Above that shine so bright, the memory of their fading light that shines above our caravan. Sleep upon my shoulder as we creep across the sand so I may keep the memory of our caravan. So inviting, you are so exciting when I hold you in my arms, thrilled to the magic of your charms, and you beside me here beneath the blue. Our dreams of love are coming true beneath our desert caravan. place is so inviting. You are so exciting when I hold you in my arms. Thrilled to the magic of your charms, and you beside me here beneath the blue. Our dreams of love are coming true beneath our desert caravan.
I was looking at one of your publicity photos, and you were on the Accordion Babes calendar for 2025. What month are you, and where can our listeners get an Accordion Babes calendar?
Yeah, so I'm the December fold for the Accordion Babes pinup calendar this year, which is really exciting. I've been following their thing for quite a while, and it looks like there's a lot of really amazing other accordionists in it, which is a really fun thing. There's a compilation CD, so you get one song from all of the different women, all female accordionists, and each of them submitted a song, and then they put it on a CD. So we have one of our Django Reinhardt tunes, Si Tu Savais, is on there, and then you get a nice calendar for 2025. So you can order that through the Accordion Babes website, and you can order it through their Instagram page. And I'm December, and I'm wearing a nice Christmas, sexy Christmas outfit. So I thought that was really fitting for the December month, which is pretty fun. So you can buy those calendars on the Accordion Babes site and the Facebook page, I think, if you're interested.
Where can we find some listening time with your latest music?
My music is on Spotify, on Bandcamp. You can find our most recent release, Caravan, is out on all platforms. So you can find it on Apple Music, YouTube Music, and then I also have a YouTube page where I post live videos of my performances. And on Instagram, my page is Lucy Lambert Music. On YouTube, it's Lucy Lambert. And on Bandcamp, our Bandcamp page is lucylambertsvioletdrift.bandcamp.com. So you can find my music there, and lots of new releases coming out soon as well, which will be up on Spotify. We're going to have In a Sentimental Mood and the other tracks up on Spotify in the coming months as well. So stay tuned.
For our listeners who may be traveling to Louisiana and New Orleans for holidays and on into February for Carnival, where will you be playing concerts?
Well, I'm actually planning to go up to Brooklyn for the next few months. So I actually won't be here during Carnival, but there will definitely be a lot going on in New Orleans. But I've been here, I've been playing in different street bands. I've been performing on Frenchman Street and in different piano bars and cafes for the last few months. But I'm actually planning, because I just found out that I've been booked to do New York Fashion Week again this year with a designer that I work with in Vancouver. So I'm going to be up in New York for the next few months. So if you follow my Instagram page, my Facebook page, it's Lucy Lambert Music. And so you can find anyone interested in coming to my shows. If you follow it, you can find where I'll be performing.
May we hear some more of your music?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is In a Sentimental Mood on CKUT.
In a sentimental mood, I can see the stars go through my room, and your loving attitude is like a flame that lights the glue on the wings of every kiss. Brings a melody so pure and sweet in this sentimental bliss. You make my paradise complete, and rose petals seem to fall, and night a thing divine. In a sentimental mood, I'm within a world so heavenly. For I never dreamt that you'd be loving sentimental me. such a dream to call you mine. And my heart's a lighter thing since you made this night a thing divine. In a sentimental mood, sentimental.
If our listeners want more information on you, Lucy Lambert, the Violet Drift, or getting you music, merch, or concert tickets, where should they be?
Yeah, so on Spotify, our band name is Lucy Lambert's Violet Drift. And we have our new single Caravan up on Spotify, on Apple Music. We have Lucy Lambert's Violet Drift.bandcamp.com is where we have our 2 new singles on our last album out. And also on YouTube, Instagram, Lucy Lambert Music. You can find a lot of videos from our live shows and live performances, and give us a like and a follow on Facebook and Instagram. You can also go to my website, lucylambert.com, if you're interested in looking at some of my artwork. I also do visual art and take art commissions, and I have also an Instagram page for my artwork, lucylambert.art, if you're interested in finding out more about my other artistic pursuits.
Thank you for your interview today.
Thanks so much for having me.
You have been listening to Lucy Lambert speaking about herself and the Violet Drift. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone who is listening from CKUT 90.3 FM in Montreal. I am your host, Sheila Ferrando.